Arsenal have been given for transfer green lights to take summer spending past £160 million. Arsenal are expected to be busy in the summer transfer window after receiving green lights from 4 targets. Arsenal carry a vastly different aura now compared to when Mikel Arteta first took charge of the club in December 2019. Over the past 6.5 years, the Spaniard has perfectly executed the 5-phase plan he outlined when he first took the helm. That, in turn, has taken the Gunners to the pinnacle of the sport, winning their first Premier League title in 22 years this season and reaching the Champions League final. It is no surprise that some of the greatest talents in the world are lining up for a chance to play their football at the Emirates Stadium, keen to be part of one of football's most exciting projects. Arsenal could match their record £250 million expenditure from last year this summer, having already wrapped up the permanent £35 million transfer of Piero Hincapié this week. A key difference this time around is that sporting director Andrea Berta is believed to be focusing on fewer but higher quality additions. Now, Football.London takes a look at 4 such players, in addition to Hincapié, worth a combined total of £160 million, who have given Arteta and Berta the green light for a move. Arsenal are chasing the signature of Leicester City wonderkid Jeremy Monga, despite several other Premier League clubs being interested in the 16-year-old winger. Football.London understands Arsenal appear to be the starlet's most likely destination, given his desire to move to North London. The Gunners are hoping to find a compromise in negotiations, given the player's situation contractually and his preference for a move to the club. Monga will sign his first professional contract at the King Power Stadium on July 10th, when he turns 17, which will allow the Foxes to receive a fee for the player. The club hope to avoid a tribunal deciding a fee for Monga's services. Their first bid, which was around £5 million, was rejected, with Leicester holding out for at least £10 million. One of Arsenal's top priorities this summer is to sign a versatile fullback, capable of operating on both flanks. Given Tino Livramento's injury history and Newcastle's high valuation of the Englishman, there's been little to suggest the Gunners will complete a deal for him this summer. Oscar Mingueza, however, is a player who ticks several boxes for Arteta. According to Spanish outlet AS, Arsenal have been made aware of a potential move for the Celta Vigo defender, whose contract is set to run out at the end of the month, meaning he can be signed as a free agent. The 27-year-old is expected to leave the La Liga side after 4 years at the club, and there is considerable interest from the likes of Juventus, Newcastle and Aston Villa. Mingueza himself is eager to make the switch to England, having spent his entire career in his homeland. With a market value of £15 million, according to Transfermarkt, Arsenal would be pulling off quite the coup by securing his services without paying a transfer fee. Mingueza is a reliable performer, and his ability to stay fit would prove invaluable, given the number of defensive injuries Arteta has had to contend with in recent seasons. The BBC reports that Arsenal have been offered Club Brugge winger Christos Tzolis as they look to revamp their forward options ahead of next season. Earlier this month, it was claimed that Berta was actively working on a potential deal, with Arteta also on board with the signing. Tzolis, 24, is said to be very keen on joining Arsenal's ranks, giving them an extra boost as they look to complete his signing. The Greece international could be available for around £35 million, which would be a record fee received for a Belgian Pro League player. Tzolis, who started his career at PAOK, scored 3 goals in 30 appearances for Norwich between 2021 and 2024. He is said to be ready for another crack at English football, having netted 43 goals for Brugge over the last 2 seasons. The Aston Villa star is seen by Arteta as his marquee signing, with Rodgers able to play both on the left wing and in midfield. The player is open to the possibility of joining Arsenal and being part of their ambitious project. It's understood a fee of £80 million would be enough for Villa to contemplate parting ways with the 23-year-old, who is currently with the Three Lions at the World Cup. Rodgers, speaking from England's World Cup camp earlier in the month, insisted his only focus was on his international commitments, rather than speculation over his future. However, it was reported last week that Arsenal and England midfielder Declan Rice was doing all he could to persuade Rodgers to move to the Emirates Stadium.